குட் ஈவினிங். நாளைக்கு நம்மளோட சிபிஎஸ்இ போர்டோட கெமிஸ்ட்ரி எக்ஸாம் வரப்போகுது. ஸோ நம்ம இன்னைக்கு கனா அகாடமி சார்பில் சில 1 மார்க் கொஷின்ஸ், இம்பார்ட்டண்டான 1 மார்க் கொஷின்ஸ்லாம் டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ண போகிறோம். ஓகே, லாஸ்ட் மினிட் ப்ரிப்பரேஷனுக்காக. பிகாஸ் 1 மார்க் கொஷின்ஸ் ஆர் வெரி இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் இன் ஸ்கோரிங் மார்க்ஸ். ஸோ நிறைய சாப்டர்ஸ் சில கொஷின்ஸ் இம்பார்ட்டண்டான commonly asked questions discuss பண்ண போறோம் with respect to 1 mark questions. Okay. Okay, first chapter வந்து which metal is used for extraction of gold and silver and also for galvanization of iron object. So இந்த இடத்துல வந்து we are using zinc for this purpose. So zinc will be your answer. Which of the following is not a mineral of aluminium அப்படின்னு கேட்குறாங்க. ஸோ இங்கே malachite is not a mineral of aluminium. Process by which elements such as germanium, silicon, gallium are refined. So இந்த இடத்துல வந்து zone refining is your answer. Extraction of copper from its sulfide ore, the metal is finally obtained by the reduction of cuprous oxide with உங்களோட copper 1 sulfide Cu2S. Your answer. Okay, so next chapter க்கு போலாம். More common oxidation states for halogens வந்து is -1 because they have only 1 electron. Yeah, they can accept only 1 electrons. Electronic configuration of noble gas is NS2NP6. Again, noble gases are chemically inert. Okay, why are they chemically inert? Because they have a stable electronic configuration. They cannot accept or donate electrons easily. Yeah, so option B will be answer. Okay, move on to the next chapter, next lesson. Lesson number 3 la வந்து சில questions பார்ப்போம். Nitrogen gas in atmosphere is separated industrially from liquid air. Okay, from liquid air by எந்த ப்ராசஸ்னால இதை வந்து செப்பரேட் பண்ணுறோம் அப்படின்னு கேட்குறாங்க. ஸோ ஃப்ராக்ஷனல் டிஸ்டிலேஷன் will be your answer. Which one of the following is used in cryosurgery அப்படின்னு கேட்குறாங்க. ஸோ இங்கே liquid nitrogen N2 is used in cryosurgery. Liquid N2. Dielectric constant of ammonia 10 power minus 330. Answer is A. HNH bond angle in NH3 is 107 degrees. 107 degrees, yeah, answer option. Shape of ammonia ஓட structural shape எப்படி இருக்கும்? It is pyramidal shape. Option C. Next question க்கு மூவ் பண்ணலாம். Next chapter க்கு மூவ் ஆகலாம். Lesson number 4 க்கு identify the transition metal present in hemoglobin. Iron is your transition metal present in hemoglobin. Which of the following transition metal is present in vitamin B12? So cobalt is usually present in vitamin B12. Correct electronic configuration of chromium. Chromium is so AR. After that you have 3D4 4S2. Yeah, so option number A will be. Which of the following is the correct electronic configuration of copper? So copper ku adhe AR 3D10 4S varum. Okay, option number B. Following elements is the general electronic configuration of transition elements. Okay, general electronic configuration of transition elements is noble gas irukku, adukaprom n-1 d orbital you can have 1 to 10 electrons and then ns2. Okay, the answer will be option D. Okay, moving on to the next chapter, lesson number 5. So in lesson number 5 la வந்து first question என்ன கேக்குறாங்க? What are primary and secondary valence of cobalt in COCl3.6NH3 கேக்குறாங்க. ஸோ இந்த இடத்துல வந்து what are primary and secondary valency of cobalt in the structure னு கேக்குறாங்க. Okay. So in that வந்து primary valency will be 3 and secondary valency will be 6. Yeah, so option C will be our answer. Consider the following statements. The outer sphere in coordination compound is called ionization sphere. Okay. Primary valences are non-directional while secondary valences are directional. Alright. The primary valences of a metal ion is negative and is satisfied by positive. Which of this is not correct? So in the third option is not correct. Yeah. Primary valency of metal ion is negative and it is satisfied by positive ions into the incorrect answer. Which of the following is called Lewis acid in NiCO4? So in that வந்து okay, which is the Lewis acid னு கேக்குறாங்க. So இங்க Ni will be your Lewis acid. Yeah, Ni will be your Lewis acid. So option C will be answer. இங்க வந்து CO ல வந்து 4 molecules இருக்கு. This is -1. So -1 into 4 times -4 ஆகுது. அந்த சார்ஜ் பேலன்ஸ் பண்றதுக்காக சார்ஜ் வந்து +4 ஆயிரும். So Ni +4. Oxidation state of Fe in FeCN6. Okay, oxidation of Fe in FeCN6 எவ்வளோ? அதேதான் Cn carries a negative charge -1 அது 6 times இருக்கிறதுனால Fe will be Fe will carry a Fe3 will be the answer. இங்க 4 minus இருக்கு. So 2 will be the answer. So Cn வந்து -6 இருக்கு. இங்க total charge வந்து -4 minusல இருக்கு. So -6 -4 +2 ஆ இருக்கணும் இந்த இடத்துல. Only then the net charge can be -4 இல்லையா +2. Okay, moving on to the next chapter. Lesson number 5 குள்ள போலாம். So lesson 5 ல first question என்ன சொல்றாங்க? Sorry, lesson 6. Okay. Lesson 7 ல பார்ப்போம். Which of the following is the unit of rate of reaction அப்படின்னு கேக்குறாங்க. Which of the following is the unit of rate of reaction? So இங்க வந்து mole per liter per second இல்லையா? So option C will be the answer. That is the unit of rate of reaction. Which of the following is the order of decomposition of hydrogen peroxide catalyzed by I-. So first order reaction, option A. Following is the unit of rate constant for a first order reaction. Rate constant for first order reaction, S to the power -1. Yeah, option C will be your answer. Rate of order of isomerization of cyclopropane to propene. Okay, so again இந்த இடத்துலயும் வந்து answer will be 1.5. Rate of reaction will be 1 point. Order of the isomerization will be 1.5. No, it won't be 1.5. It will be option D. It will be 1. Okay, order of isomerization of cyclopropane to propene will be 1. So option D. Okay, which of the following is called pseudo first order reaction? Pseudo first order reaction அப்படின்னு கேட்குறாங்க. ஸோ இந்த இடத்துல வந்து acid hydrolysis of Nester will be a pseudo first order reaction. Okay, next chapter க்கு மூவ் ஆகலாம். Chapter 8ல first question என்ன சொல்றாங்க? So the following is present in an antacid tablet. Present in an antacid tabletன்றாங்க. So it's could be MgOH whole twice, it could be MgOH whole twice, or it could be aluminum hydroxide as well. So both of these are possible. So it's either B or C. Option D is your answer. Following can act as an acid as well as a base according to Lorry-Bronsted theory. So H2O can act as a acid as well as a base. So answer is option A. In the reaction HCl plus H2O gives H3O plus Cl minus. Which one of the acid base pair? Okay, which one is acting as the acid base pair அப்படின்றாங்க. ஸோ இந்த இடத்துல வந்து HCl plus Cl minus acid base pair. Okay, moving on to the next chapter. Lesson 9ல வந்து first question பார்க்கலாம். இங்க electrochemical reactions are generally redox reactions. Option C. Unit of resistivity வந்து ohm meter. So option B, ohm meter. Unit of specific resistance is equal to ohm, again ohm meter. Specific resistance is again ohm meter. So option A. Which is the SI unit of conductance? So conductance or SI unit Siemens S இல்லையா? So option B. Unit of specific conductance. Unit of specific conductance வந்து ohm to the inverse of ohm, inverse of meter. So option number D. Okay. So next chapter குள்ள போலாம். Next chapter questions. Lesson 10 ஓட questions குள்ள போலாம். So இங்க வந்து when gas molecules are held to the surface by the formation of chemical bond, the heat energy released is nearly equal to 400 kilojoule per mole. Option C. Consider the following statements. Okay. Chemistry option, heat of absorption is high. Monolayer of the adsorbate is formed during chemistry option. Okay. Physics option increase with increase in temperature. Oh. Okay, this is an incorrect statement. So physics option increase in temperature. This is wrong. Option 3 is incorrect statement. Okay. So only 3. Option B. So the following gas is not a permanent gas. So the following gas is not a permanent gas. So NH3 is not a permanent gas. Mathamunu is a permanent gas, which is employed in the softening of hard water to absorb calcium and Ca2 plus and Mg2 plus ions. So we usually use permeate in the softening of hard water. Which of the following is used in the petroleum refining and refining of vegetable oils? So in that we generally use silica gel, yeah, for refining of vegetable oils and in petroleum industry. Next chapter kulla polam. Chapter 11. Which of the following is a dihydric alcohol அப்படினு கேக்குறாங்க. So இங்க ethane 1,2-diol is a dihydric alcohol. Okay. So the following is an example of secondary alcohol. The example of secondary alcohol is propane 2-ol. Option propane 2-ol, option A. Okay. Which acts as an additive to petroleum. Okay, which acts as an additive to petroleum. So ethanol acts as an additive to petroleum. IUPAC name. Okay. Next. Which of the following is named as Bayes reagent? So a cold dilute alkaline KMnO4 is named as Bayes reagent. Yeah. So next option, next chapter ku polam. Chapter number 12. Chapter 12 on the first question paakalam. IUPAC name of acrolein. Acrolein is propane 2-enol. Option A will be the answer. Conversion of acetyl chloride to acetaldehyde by the action of palladium or BaSO4 is called Roseman reaction. Yeah. So Roseman reduction. Option D. Roseman reduction. Roseman reduction la action of BaSO4. So BaSO4 வந்து what is it acting as அப்படினு கேக்குறாங்க. So BaSO4 in Roseman's reduction is acting as a catalyst poison. Conversion of reaction of benzene to benzaldehyde is known as Gattermann-Koch reaction. Option C. Product formed when benzoyl chloride reacts with benzene is known as product formed when benzoyl chloride reacts with benzene. So the product formed is benzophenone. Option B. Okay. Benzophenone. Okay, moving on to the next chapter, lesson 13 kulla polam. Lesson 13 first question la kekran. Which of the following is acting as a neurotransmitter? So dopamine acts as a neurotransmitter. Ellarkum theriyum. For an example of primary nitroalkane, example of primary nitroalkane. Primary nitroalkane, nitroethane is an example of primary nitroalkane. Nitromethane and methyl nitrite are examples of tautomerism. They exhibit tautomerism. Called oil of myrbane. So which of the following is called oil of myrbane? Oil of myrbane is nitrobenzene வந்து நம்ம oil of myrbane. Okay, next lesson குள்ள போலாம். Next lesson ஓட சில questions பார்ப்போம். How many isomers are possible for glucose that have 4 asymmetric carbon atoms? How many isomers possible for 4 asymmetric carbon atoms? Totally 16 isomers are possible. To the part 2. B. 16 isomers are possible. 4 into 4, 16 isomers. How many asymmetric carbon atoms are in glucose? Option A, 4. Which of the following will reduce Tollens reagent and Fehling solution? Glucose used for reducing Tollens and Fehling solution. Specific rotation of pure alpha and beta D glucose is asked. So alpha D glucose it is 112 and beta D it is 18.7. Option B will be the answer. Sugars differing in configuration at an asymmetric center is known as epimers. Option A. Okay, moving on to the next chapter, next lesson kaniya chapters questions paapom. So lesson number 15 la vandu enna kekranga, which of the following is an antibiotic? So which of the following is an antibiotic in kekranga? Erythromycin is acting as an antibiotic, obviously. Which of the following is an example? Okay, which of the following is an example for antihypertensive drug? Okay, antihypertensive drug an example, atenolol. Atenolol is an example for that. Which of the following inhibits bacterial growth? Which of the following inhibits bacterial growth? So sulfanilamide acts as a antibacterial agent. So that is inhibiting bacterial growth. So bacteriostatic, bactericidal ரெண்டு இருக்கு. So bacteriostatic is temporarily suspending the growth, okay, and bactericidal is killing the growth, okay. Which of the killing the bacteria? So which of the following is needed by many bacteria to produce folic acid? So PABA is required for this purpose, produce folic acid. Which of the following binds to the receptor site should inhibit its natural function? Okay, so which of the following will bind to the receptor site to inhibit its natural function? So antagonists usually perform this function. So antagonists enna pannum, they bind to the receptor site and it inhibits the natural function of that particular enzyme or hormone or whatever it is. Okay. Okay, so இப்போ நம்ம வந்து 2, 2, 3, 4 சில 4, 5 question important questions from each chapter நம்ம பார்த்தோம். இதே மாதிரி எல்லா சாப்டர்ஸ்க்கும் வந்து உங்களுக்கு 1 marker questions with answer key வேணும், லாஸ்ட் மினிட் ப்ரிப்பரேஷனுக்கு வேணும்னா please contact the number which is given below. Okay, and all the best for tomorrow's exam. Thank you.